So we actually saw how John fell into the ever after and how he became the Rusted Knight, which is now revealed on the previous episode. But we knew how he have seen a pocket watch, which is a reference of the story of the white rabbit who used a pocket watch to get to his location. But after picking up the pocket watch, it actually has the time move around where we knew that he destroyed it with his sword. The same sword that he used to kill Penny. But we headed back to the present now of how Team RWBY reunited with John. I mean, knowing how they ask a lot of questions related to him being mature, a rusted knight, and how he got there. But he told them they can actually have their answers when they get to his village, knowing how they knew how they were talking about the curious cat, who actually John saw him again, which they already met before, which he actually had distrusted of him, which what he told about the girls was all a lie. Not about Alyx, who actually didn't tell them about, who didn't actually knew about, but he asked what happened to Lewis, who revealed to be Alyx's brother, which they didn't knew that Alyx had a brother, which he also told him about the tree, which isn't the way to get home, is where the ascension actually happens. But we knew how a storm hits, which John called it the thunderstorm, which the group had been separated, which of course separating Blake and Yang, which they actually on a bridge with no wood, which they had to create the wood together, which they had to figure out how to escape, knowing how they put their feelings and what they feel about each other, which they complemented each other in the way that they actually feel about. In which, of course, the scene where the Bumbleby fans are waiting for is the confession that they love each other, which we knew that they waited for so long since the beginning as they finally kiss. In my mind, I was like, oh my god. Now this is actually how they confirm it. Meanwhile, we see how John told Ruby and Wise how he became the Rusted Knight and how he met Alyx and Lewis, where they bring him back to the village where he was made the Rusted Knight. But Alyx, that John say, was selfish and cruel, which her personality has changed, which it also confirms that the girl that we saw in the opening is Alyx. But Lewis is actually kinder and nice. But knowing how they have actually knew Alyx had did something terrible, which the curious cat didn't tell them the entire story, which he thanks them for the lesson as the thunderstorm had passed. And of course, they saw Blake and Yang actually kiss, knowing how their reaction are, which John say that he's waiting for that to happen. But in John's hut, we knew how he wanted to give Ruby back her crescent rose, but she still had that fear of actually happen. But knowing how the events of Volume 8, learning how means Salem has both relics and not the Beacon relic and the Vacuo relic, and with Cinder is going to have both powers of the maidens. So this episode is where the Bumbleby fans finally get what they've asked for, where Blake and Yang finally kiss, knowing they've confessed their feelings towards each other. But we saw how Jaune is actually reveal the entire story about Alyx and her brother Lewis. So now they need to know what they have to do next because we're going to see what's going to happen on the next episode next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the episode. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime Guy 300 here saying signing out. Laters and be safe.